Welcome into Power Plays presented by Bet365. I'm Tim Kalinowski, joined by Michael Leboff and Nick Martin. The three of us make up Line Change, Action Network's NHL betting podcast, and we're here to preview what might be the last game of the NHL season. We kind of hope not, because we want to continue to talk puck and see a better series. But truth of the matter is, boys, it's 3-0 Florida, and Edmonton is on the ropes big time right now. If the game 4 line, as we talk here, is Edmonton's a short favorite. That means Florida's a short dog. Total sitting at 5.5. Does anybody, I'll just pose this to the group. Maybe I'll start with you, Nick. Does anybody have faith that Edmonton could get off the mat in game 4 and give us another maybe power plays, another episode of Line Change? What does the future hold?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're the favorite in the game, so it's not like this is considered the most outlandish thought. It doesn't feel like they're a favorite. I think that'll be surprising to a lot of people. We'll see where the market moves. I'm surprised that the Panthers are plus 105 at the time of recording, and I do think that it's the Panthers are pass for me. It's been a tough series as a fan. It's been a tough series as a handicapper. I think that you can point to some positives that say the Oilers could have achieved better. I think that's kind of obvious, talking about the chance creation. But more so tonight than any other night, you could just see, especially once the game did get tied, how quickly the Panthers were able to force full-blown breakdowns from the Oilers. It was pretty obvious with those turnovers. None of the Panthers' goals were cheapies at all. I don't think Skinner really had a chance outside of the bobbled puck that him and CC kind of, just that little mishap. You hate to see that in this kind of a spot. But it feels like one of those things the Oilers are generating as much as they possibly can, and Florida's just comfortable with it. Bobrovsky's locked in, and when Florida does get things going the other way and get some pressure on the Oilers defense, they're just faltering right away. There's no bend but not break from the Oilers. It's just collapsing when they spend any time in the D zone. So it feels like there's so many questions asked for the Oilers. I think that, you could probably say they've had enough chances to score more goals, but at this point, I think we've kind of just seen enough that it's hard to make a case for them as a favorite. I think quite hard. So yeah, as a fan, I think it sucks, obviously, that the finals 3-0 right now. Everyone was so excited about it. The rest of the playoffs has been great. I think the one thing that I'm kind of finding peace with is I do think that, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but the Panthers will be a very worthy Stanley Cup champion. So I think that's nice compared to some years when you kind of, it's debatable whether the right team got there or not. But I think when we talk about game 4, it's pretty hard to look past the Panthers as an underdog.
Worthy champion, Nick Martin thinks. Worthy bet for game 4 as well. As the dogs are barking, yes, Florida is indeed a dog. Leboff, you made a great point over on Line Change about just the form that Florida is in right now. They've been on top of this a bit of a heater, and I made the point to you that it feels like when you're watching a tennis match and someone's trying to upset Alcaraz or Nadal or something, and then they start cramping, and you're just like, this guy now has this hill to climb. Edmonton just seems out of gas. You see it the same way?
Yeah, I always loved the word that Rafa Nadal would always drop after he sucked the life out of someone, which is that he would suffer. Like Nadal wins matches by suffering, and it seems like that's what's going on here. Like the Panthers are willing to just suffer and grind, and every shift they're on you. And I mean, even we were ragging on Vladimir Tarasenko a bit during the Rangers series. He wasn't playing all that well in the first half of that series, and even him, like, he's turned into a really good, like, checking line winger all of a sudden. I don't know what got into him, but yeah, that's just it's crazy. Yeah, these guys are relentless, and I'm with Nick here. I think that if you're getting a plus sign next to the Panthers for game 4, it's worth a bet here. The Oilers really haven't shown. Nick made a point before game 5, game 6 of the Rangers series against the Panthers, is like, yeah, Shesterkin was going well, but what else have what signals have the Rangers shown that they are close to turning a corner? And I think that applies here too. The Oilers really haven't shown me anything to believe that they're going to, improve and their level enough to contend here, especially when you're being asked to bet them as a favorite. So I'm with Nick here. I think Panthers as an underdog is definitely worth a shot on Saturday night.
Yeah, and they're fighting a way more uphill battle. This is kind of the point I was going to get to in terms of getting going. I think it's pretty obvious. Yeah, the Panthers have spent more time in their defensive zone. I think the big thing is, though, it's still painfully clear which defense core is bringing a lot more to the table right now. I think that'd be an easy argument to have based, just off whichever pairing. And I think Ekholm and Bouchard, after having such a good playoffs, they've been unreal in the first 3 rounds, but it feels like they in particular are really out of gas and are having a tougher time in this series than they had in any of the first 3 series. So, the Oilers' top stars haven't been overly productive at all, but I think they are fighting a pretty big uphill battle here too, in terms of what they're trying to generate against with the Panthers D-core and Bobrovsky and Barkov. So yeah, they're in tough for sure.
All right. Everyone will get one final time to double down or at least lock in, not bidding the Oilers adieu here and getting ready to crown the Panthers the Stanley Cup champions. But before we do so, I got to let you know that Power Plays is presented by Bet365. Bet365 doesn't do ordinary. That's why you get more boosts with them than anyone else every day. They power up the odds on hundreds of bets to give you a chance to win more. Bet365 boosts specific markets, your winnings, and even parlays, and they don't stop there. Keep an eye out for their biggest and best odds with the incredible Super Boost. Check out the boost and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only or 18 plus in Kentucky and present Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, and now North Carolina. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in Colorado, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, or 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. T's and C's and restrictions apply. I'll just say it, guys. You're on the Panthers. I'm going to be on the over here. Like I said, I'm not trying to gloat any longer about my Panthers 20-1 ticket, but hey, we're towards the end of the season. Maybe everyone will forget about me talking about that by the time next season starts. So yeah, I'll go with a little play on the over here. I think that we could see a similar script from what we just saw in Game 3 here. NHL teams, they don't roll over, and I say this in the most endearing way. They're just idiots. They by the time that puck drops, they convince themselves they at least have a chance to win that night. And I think that the Oilers, one more chance for an all-out effort. Do they get to actually winning the game? I don't know, but I think that helps the over. I don't know if it's just going to be a Panthers chokehold again. I think there'll be chances on both sides. So I'll go with the over here, guys. Maybe empty netters as well could help that out. As we snap it real quick, Nick, just confirm Panthers plus money here.
Yeah, it's the Panthers. And I'm with you. If I thought the Oilers would quit at all, I would think this is a great price to get the Panthers, but I don't think they will quit. I think it'll still be as competitive as the first 3. But with that said, plus 105 is definitely a good number on the Panthers right now.
Leave off Panthers, but any first goal scorer you're going to bless us with or something like that?
Yeah, Panthers for sure. I think that the fourth line for the Oilers was going pretty well tonight. So yeah, maybe Connor Brown. How about Connor Brown? He there were times where I thought we always talk about in hockey that sometimes people see the 37 of Warren Foegele skating around and think it's McDavid. Tonight I kept thinking Connor Brown was Leon Draisaitl because of the way that the two of them have completely switched skill levels. So how about Connor Brown, first goal scorer on Game 4?
Love it. Couldn't have a Game 4 or a possible last NHL game of the season without a leap off first goal scorer. So that'll do it. I hope we talk to you guys again, but if not, it's been an incredible season. Just a reminder that Power Plays is presented by Bet365, and regardless, we will be doing probably a little draft content over on Line Change, Action Network. Check us out. Until then, enjoy your Saturday, enjoy your weekend, and good luck with all your bets.